Continuing our commitment to keeping you informed during Decision 2024, we are inviting every candidate for federal office to speak with us here at 12 News. Today we are featuring Congressional District 6. We did invite Representative Juan Ciscomani, a first-term Republican, for an interview as well. But today we are joined by Zoom by his Democratic opponent, Kirsten Engel. Ms. Engel, thanks so much for joining us here on 12 News at 4 o'clock this Friday afternoon. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Why take on the challenge of going again for running for this district? You took on Juan Ciscomani back in 2022. You lost by just 5,200 votes. Why take on the challenge again this go round?
Well, you're absolutely right. It was an incredibly close race. That's just a little over 1% of the voters. And we were very much outspent during that race, over 6-1. And the voters have seen my opponent these last 2 years, what he's done in Congress, and they're seeing a mismatch between how he's presented himself, what their values are, and how he's been voting in Congress. He is really tacked to the far right on everything from reproductive rights to issues of securing the border. So I am running to protect reproductive rights, to embrace bipartisan solutions to solving the crisis on the border, to working on issues that working families are telling us they want action in Congress on, from lowering prices to creating more affordable housing to making sure that we have a secure water future. So these are the issues that I'm running on. It's been wonderful to have so much support for this second run for Congress, and we're looking forward to a win in November.
You have a very large district, or that is a very large district. We've got Greenlee, Cochise, Pima, Pinal, and Graham counties. Obviously, a very large swath of the state.
5 counties.
Five counties. A very large swath of the state. Obviously, you're going to hear a lot of different opinions, a lot of different ideas, a lot of different ideologies. What are some of the things you have learned from your last go-around from the 2022 race to now that folks are telling you about that are their major concerns?
Well, so many people that I talk to are a bit, to be honest, fed up with the partisanship of our politics. And they're also upset at seeing so many, extremist members in Congress, including my opponent. They want people who are going to go to Congress, not forget where they are from, and try to work on solutions. And, these are solutions that need to work for our, urban areas, our rural areas. But I think we can, I think people really want some separation between issues that they want politicians to leave to them to decide, such as their healthcare decisions. That's something that I believe should be left to them to make their decision about with their doctor and their family, not make it a political decision. And they want their leaders to be going to Washington and trying to, fix problems. And I would say, the border and working on reforming our immigration system are top issues here in Arizona that I am prepared to tackle. And once again, I would point to my Republican opponent, Juan Ciscomani, as rejecting bipartisan solutions on the border and just answering to his party bosses. That is not what people all over the district have been telling me that they want.
First day, if elected, you walk through the halls of Congress. What are you tackling first, if elected?
I am tackling protecting reproductive rights and restoring those rights that women lost when Roe versus Wade was repealed. So that is a top issue. Let's return those issues to women to make with their doctors and their families. Then I'm going to get to work on lowering prices. I was a big advocate of tackling this issue when I served in the Arizona legislature. I served for 5 years, two terms in the Arizona House, one in the Arizona Senate, working on making sure and advocating for the power of our Attorney General to go after price gougers, retailers that were jacking up prices on essential items during an emergency. Can you imagine that? Really unfair to our families. Working on, breaking apart this massive consolidation we've had in retail that is leading to monopolistic practices. Working on making sure we got more affordable housing, and working on our water issues, making sure that we're using the very best technology on our farms, to make sure that we are conserving our water so that we have that for our kids into the future.
Yeah. Continue our commitment to keep you informed during Decision 2024. We're inviting every candidate for federal office here into the 12 News studios. And today we're featuring Congressional District 6, which includes Casa Grande, Eloy, Arizona, as parts of Tucson, all the way down to the border. We sat down with Kirsten Engel, your opponent, your challenger, and you can watch that interview on 12 News YouTube channel. But joining us now is Republican Congressman Juan Ciscomani. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Congressman, thank you for being in here. Let's start with that port strike.
Yeah.
If that thing, experts say, if it lasts 2 weeks or so, it could really hurt the economy. What would you like to see done by the federal government to try to help the situation?
Yeah, anything after a week, it really starts impacting when you have lumber or steel, all these things that we heavily depend on. It can cause a serious supply chain issue and more consequences on that. That can impact the economy and inflation more than where it is right now. Families are already hurting. So this comes at a terrible time for working families all across the U.S.
So what would you like to see done?
So what we need to be doing right here, both sides need to come to the table and negotiate, and the White House can be helpful with that and working with both sides to come to an agreement. They also have the power to enact the TAFL Act that would force them to go back to work for at least 90 days. But even the union leader has said that if that happens, how much work are they really going to be able or willing to do if that is the case? That can't be the solution. They really need to come to the table and find some kind of agreement that both sides are okay with.
We got to work that out,
yeah,
for sure. All right, other breaking news today on the international scene, since I have you in here. Iran firing missiles into Israel today. How involved should the U.S. be? And now multiple fronts of a war that Israel's fighting.
Multiple fronts. I was in Israel just a few months ago, and in April this year, and we got to go up north. That was before that area became as hot as it is right now, because obviously the south was where the action was happening, Gaza area. So now as you mentioned, they're fighting multiple battles on multiple fronts. So Israel obviously has the right to defend itself, and the aid that the U.S. has provided Israel so far has been what's helping them be able to defend is the Iron Dome, which breaks down in my district.
Is it an appropriate amount of aid? More aid?
Well, we need to take it day by day right now. This happened today, so we need to make sure that we hear from their leaders on what's happening. And I mean, this isn't going to be over anytime soon. And we knew that when this was unleashed on October 7th, almost a year anniversary, and this is still ongoing. So we expect this to go longer, but we need to stand by our ally Israel for sure.
You've got a very interesting district. A lot of it is Pima County, which is heavily Democratic. You won down there. Your seat is being seen as one of the most hotly contested in the country, you said, correct?
It is. It's a competitive seat. It's about 1/3 Republican, 1/3 Democrat, and 1/3 Independent. So I call it one of those good ideas win kind of district, right? You can be on whatever side of the aisle, but if you work with people, if you show results, if you represent the district properly, the voters are going to reward you and give you another term. That's what we saw with members like Jim Colby that was there for a long time, and then Gabby Giffords after him. The district has swapped between Republican and Democrat several times. So we won it last time, flipping it to a Republican seat. And we've been working hard, producing results and focusing on veterans. 70,000 veterans in our district. It's a border district as well. But the economy is the #1 issue that I keep hearing from families and people.
Well, how can you improve the economy as a member of Congress? We've got about a minute left.
Well, listen, the government spending has been out of control for a long time. My family, I'm a parent of 6 kids. I'm also a flag football coach, drop kids off at school.
You're a busy guy.
So listen, I get to go everywhere and talk to parents, talk to family members, talk to seniors living on fixed incomes, and they're all hurting from this. But it starts with government spending. It starts with the way the inflation has been going. So we need to be reducing that for sure, and also unleash American energy. And these kind of things like what's happened with the port and everything doesn't help the supply chain, which increases prices and puts more families out of the reach of affording basic necessities. So that is the #1 priority for me.
So reduce spending, more energy production here in the United States.
Yeah. Energy independence. We have what it takes here in the U.S. We can protect the environment, which we should do, and also promote economic development. We can do both of them at the same time.
Congressman, thank you for coming in. Good luck in your race.
Thank you so much.
All right.